Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of How You Do That. How you guys doing?
How you do?
How you doing?
Still alive, still kicking.
Rejuvenated.
Don't lie.
Very rejuvenated.
Hey, I don't know about you guys.
Say nonsense one.
I don't know about you guys, but we were traveling a lot in KL,
In
right?
PJ, ah.
You?
Were you traveling?
I was in Taipei, man.
Damn.
It was great.
How's the weather over there? How's the weather?
Okay.
Yeah.
In the day, it goes up to like maybe 22 degrees.
Wow,
So
damn hot, no?
Damn
Wow.
hot.
hot.
Wait.
At night, it was like 14, 15
Bro, I
degrees.
wouldn't.
Wow.
It was nice.
Should have been in KL,
know?
no?
Hey, KL,
Just
KL
KL.
minimum was like 27.
I sense some jealousy over here.
What part of KL you in? The Genting, ah?
No, at night. Afternoon was like 35, 36. No,
We're in the worst heat wave historically.
It is quite hot.
bro.
Historically.
It's not even the worst. Like in my gym, when I park my car, you feel like, oh my god, it's so hot, right?
That's
you got
why.
height. Then
Your-
at 4:30 p.m. suddenly,
That's why, bro. Your gym don't need sauna. You already got.
Bro, people say, yeah, why you got no steam bath or sauna?
Just sit in your car, bro. Just sit in your car.
You just feel the
mad.
heat of Malaysia.
Today,
so Taiwan was nice.
Yeah,
right?
today
That's nice.
we are talking to John, who just came back from an impromptu Taiwan trip.
Very impromptu.
How many
impromptu, yeah.
how many weeks before that you decided?
Okay, so to be fair, right,
How,
we
yeah.
decided the week before,
That's
but
Okay.
I was already planning a work trip to
Taiwan.
Taipei. I had to go. And I've
Look
never
at
been before. I was always putting it off. I was like, okay, maybe I do it next
Never
month.
been to Taiwan?
No, it's my first time. Yes. And
But
I,
That's the first for.
But you see,
and I absolutely love it.
I like that principle. It might have been leisure, but there's a purpose behind the leisure.
Yes. So we went, there were 3 couples. It was me, Amanda, there was Bella and a partner, and there was Narelle and her, fiance / husband.
Oh.
You know, yeah, they're getting married next month. So they were going to...
I think
Congrats.
there was supposed to be another couple with.
Yeah, it was supposed to be you, kind sir.
But it's okay.
But you didn't succumb to the last minute temptation.
See, bank account size sometimes different. SGD and Malaysia, like
100%.
bank account, you know, like.
But to be fair, can I just say that trip to Taipei, I actually spent less money than typically when I am in Singapore.
So that's what we're going to be talking about today.
Yeah.
Guys, today we're talking about, the start. The
Yes.
start of monies.
Oh,
Big deal. The whole deal why John is in KL in the first place. The whole deal why we're doing anything in the
No,
first
he's
place.
here because it's easier to.
I'm
take
here
care of
for
his
love,
wife,
for my
Technically,
family.
yes.
kids.
You're right,
Yeah.
100%.
and also cheaper.
You're correct.
Okay, so to be fair,
be
I
fair.
have not used that word cheaper. My wife gets very upset when I use the word cheap. I never.
understand.
So if I look at something, I go like, oh wow, this is rather affordable. Oh wow,
That's
this
nice.
is rather worth
That's
it.
a good way to
You
put
know,
it.
like this looks great.
great
And
Correct.
Malaysians, y'all were like this. I actually sound Singaporeans when they say cheap. Wow, Malaysia damn cheap. Hey,
Yeah, hey,
watch
I saw some article writing from a Singaporean to Singaporeans to say stop having that perspective.
Yes. Because it's really
yeah,
messed up.
yeah, it is.
Right.
It is.
It's
Affordable
like-
is a great word.
It's like you all walk into Singapore, wow, you're damn
expensive,
strict lah. Wow, expensive. You go to
how you live here,
Yeah.
why you slaves
wow,
to the
no chewing
government.
gum, you know, that kind of situation.
Yeah, you're right.
Exactly.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, it's like, where's your chewing gum?
What's it?
Yeah.
So rich cannot buy chewing gum.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, that's quite a sad thing.
So can I just share an
Yeah.
anecdote really funny? So my wife and I we went back to Singapore I think 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
And so now right, if you take a MPV into Singapore and you go by Tuas, you have to go by the bus lane now.
Okay.
So
They changed that.
Yes. So it was quite silly. Like the car lane was completely empty, but they still made us go to the bus lane, which was full. Right? So never mind. Because it's Singapore,
Okay,
right?
good.
So we went there and we knew the drill. Like my wife and I, we've gone so many times. We know the drill, right? So come out of the car, we know we have to take our
Yes,
luggage.
yes.
So going into Singapore, you have to bring your luggage, but
Correct.
leaving Singapore, you don't have to bring your luggage.
Okay.
So the rules are really confusing. But if you go by Woodlands checkpoint,
Okay.
you can stay in the car and go by the car lane. Don't ask
Okay.
why, don't ask how, I don't understand. But this
Okay.
was effective 1st February 2024.
So just for everyone who is listening,
Yes,
which is a
FYI.
better way to go into
depends
Singapore?
on the time of day, depends on how you go.
Okay, there
Right?
we go.
You
Okay.
like, you like.
You
Right?
like-
So what happened was
Okay.
my wife and I got out of the car. In less than 1 second, there was an immigration security guy that looked at us. Oh, go and take your bag. I'm like, hey, relax, je. Like, relax, like we know we are about to walk to take our
take
bags.
the bags, yeah.
Yeah. So then we knew that we
You're
stepped
home.
on Singapore.
You're
Yeah,
home.
I'm home.
You're home.
Oh, that was Singapore.
So I thought, so I was always comparing like Singapore and KL, right? Like, okay, KL guys are a lot more, nice and courteous
Yeah.
and gentle.
Yeah.
Sometimes, they just don't care. I mean, it really depends.
We have a 45-minute buffer for everything.
Correct.
You're
Yes,
right.
like,
you're right.
Like Mr. Yin right
For
here.
especially for
Right?
Subangs.
But Singapore, on the other hand, is really intense.
Yeah.
So when I was going to go to Taiwan for the first time, I was like, I've been to China, I've been to Hong Kong. Like the
How
intensity
intense can it be?
is similar, lah.
Okay,
But
okay.
Taiwan, surprisingly, it feels like a little bit like Japan.
Chill.
It's like more chill, and the people there are speaking Mandarin, obviously, but they're really chill and polite, which was unusual for me. Hella
Like
unusual.
polite Asians, is
Yeah.
it? In Japan?
Yeah, and then my Mandarin is not the best.
Okay,
I can sort of converse, but not the best.
Yeah.
But they don't make you feel bad about it.
Yeah, no. I went to Hong Kong and I can't order egg tart, right? The auntie made sure I felt bad about the egg tart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Okay, when I went to Taiwan, it wasn't just the young ones, the older ones, the ones selling me jambu, the ones selling me the cheese potato, the ones selling me chicken. They are actually just generally nice.
So in general,
Yes.
it was a very surprisingly
oh my God, Hong
polite.
Kong is the worst.
Okay.
I order wonton mee $20. Then after that came the sui kao. I said, this is the wrong order. I kena tiao.
I just want to say, this is us as tourists. It's not
tourists.
affiliations or what we think a nation is.
I do like
just
Hong
wanna say-
Kong though. I gotta say.
Today we're going to be talking more about how we do money
Okay.
as boys in full on man shoes right now. There's a term called kidulting. Kidulting, where there's a kid inside you with adult money now. You get what I mean? Have you heard about this?
No, there's a kid inside me with kid money now. So I don't understand. I cannot relate.
Says the guy with 4 cars. I mean, I just
Yeah,
wanna say-
Hey, when I was younger, I had more.
Hey, shut up lah.
Toy car.
All right.
Hot Wheels.
So on the same note, I think let's just talk about. Let's just start with something fun. Okay, let's start with something fun. Nowadays, what is something that is a guilty pleasure you treat yourself with? Right? And don't you shy. There's no judgment here. Like if it's $100,000 a pop, it's $100,000 a pop. I'll start first.
Okay.
I just start first. Okay?
This guy has a
It's
lot.
not $100,000 a pop, but my guilty pleasure is trading cards. Like it's a
Collectibles.
thing. As a kid, you grow up and you realize that, last time my allowance, I only can buy 1 pack a month. And then suddenly the other day I went back to the shop. I'm like, I can buy the box.
I can buy the whole shop.
So, so let me buy the box. And then that spiraled into like, I gotta put some handbrakes on this shit because I'm going at it hard. But my guilty pleasure is if there's a trading card game, I like the whole gamba kind of like, probability of this big
Getting
card.
it.
Yeah, the big hitters.
So it's like
that's one of
gambling
it.
lah, but just with trading
Yeah,
cards.
so there's this thing, right, that is like, technically all trading card collectors are actually gamblers, but we can't say that because it's trading cards, there's randomness
Yeah.
of
So
hits,
allegedly,
right?
Bruno Mars is also in $50 million debt.
That is also true. That is true.
So
Apparently,
just don't get there.
I don't
That's all
think
I'm
so.
saying.
I don't think so. But yeah, that's, for example, a guilty pleasure when it comes to like spending some money.
I've got 2.
Okay, let's
You
go.
got-
Okay, I've got 2.
Here we go.
Specifically 2.
Specifically
That
2
we can
of
share
my,
on-
that I'm allowed
on-
to share on air. Because my wife might watch this and she'll
Later,
kill you.
after
But-
this, Manda, don't worry. Whatever
Don't
you
worry,
tell
don't
me,
worry,
I will
don't
tell
worry,
you.
don't
But share
worry.
with us, okay?
So recently, I would say my first guilty pleasure is Grab Premium,
Oh shit.
right? Because can I just say, I don't know whether I shared this
What
story with you
is
before,
this?
but in Malaysia, specifically when I'm in KL, I like to take Grab Premium because
Fufu shishi,
there
you
was
feel?
once I would take Just Grab, right? And I have no issues taking Just Grab,
Wow.
right? But so there was this once that there was this I think this makcik picked me up in what's that, Kancil. Kancil, yes.
That's
In
a rare
Kancil.
car now, by the way. Yeah.
So
yeah.
it was not the most comfortable car because
Yes, it's a very
yeah,
small car.
I felt really sick sitting behind, and she was driving really badly. Like she was very close to the wheel, and then she kept like jam braking. And then behind, I was like on my phone. Like, I can't look at my phone anymore. So I try to focus and I try to meditate, but then I'm doing this. So ironically, I took that to a car dealership because I wanted to go and look for cars.
Okay.
Right. I went there. I did my thing,
Okay.
and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna hit home now. I couldn't find the car that I wanted, so I called a Just Grab again, and the same lady picked me up. When I saw the car pulling up, when I saw the lady, because it didn't register to me.
You cancel
Yeah, it was too late to cancel, and I was like, it was at that moment where I realized that, you know what, I'm just gonna pay the extra.
Yeah, use your Singapore privilege.
8 ringgit.
Oh my
8
god.
ringgit. So today,
That's a guilty pleasure.
But today,
Yeah, yeah.
when I came here, I took a Just Grab,
Good job.
How was it?
But we understand.
and I regretted it. So that's my first guilty pleasure.
Damn, I didn't. That's interesting. That's
Wow,
interesting. Okay.
I've never heard anyone like sort of like segmentize the different
Yeah.
services Grab has.
To me,
Just Grab.
my mind
Grab
is
Premium.
just Grab.
Yeah.
Just Grab. But you're right. I've
makes a
never
difference.
pressed that last one before.
You
Now
know
I
why?
know.
Because you all drive cars.
Yeah, that's true.
My
that's
wife
true,
and I,
that's
we
true,
share a
that's true.
car.
That's
so,
true. That's true. That's
so, like today, you know, she's gonna take the baby swimming. So I have to be the guy who go like, no, it's okay. I will take a Grab.
You take the Grab.
Yeah.
Not just Grab.
Grab
Premium.
Shout out
Hey,
to
shout
Grab.
out Grab. You're a sponsor. Yes,
Yes,
no?
yes.
Oh, that's the first guilty pleasure.
Grab,
What's the second?
I also have a lot of things to talk to you about. But we'll keep that
For another
later.
episode. Okay,
So
what's
the other
second?
one, okay, and this one is really bad. I have a really bad habit of buying games on my PlayStation 5.
Oh.
But do you play that?
I think that I would love, and I know that I would love, and I will watch the reviews. I will watch the before you buy, you know, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Last of Us Part 2 on the PS5. I will buy it, you know. And I would play like the first 5 minutes, and then at 11 p.m. and I tell myself, you know what, tonight I'm gonna stay up till 4, even though I have to wake up at 7 tomorrow, but I'm gonna go for it. And then by 11:30, I'm gonna bed. And then I will completely forget that I bought the game.
Oh my god. Wow, this guy. Can I introduce you to this gaming platform called Steam?
No, it's different. You don't understand.
You don't understand. This guy want to buy it.
I not only buy the game, you know, I pre-order the game, you know. I pre-order so that on release day I can play it 2 days before everybody else. But I will download it all the way until the game actually starts, and within 5 minutes I'm tired.
This is the true dilemma of being.
It hurts, you
Yeah,
know.
it hurt. This
It
is the
hurts,
true
yeah.
dilemma of being an adult. You got the game already, but
I have the
cannot
game.
play.
I have the game.
Last time cannot
Cannot buy.
Cannot buy. Want
Don't
to
even
play.
have PS.
Yeah, I have the snacks. I have the
Yeah,
drinks.
you got the
I'm
couch.
ready.
You got the
the
whole setup.
aircon.
Yeah.
I even have my wife's approval, you know. She says, yeah, tonight you want to play, you go and play, don't worry. But I am tired, yo. Me. I am tired, bro.
Oh shit, man.
And then I wake up at 7.
I don't even have a PS5, bro.
Bro.
But I don't have trading cards, so we're
Bro,
good.
Okay, that's true, that's true,
Bro,
that's
I
true,
only
that's
have PS1, bro. I
You
don't
don't
have
say.
PS2, 3,
Hey,
4,
hey,
5. I don't
wait,
have
wait,
PSP.
wait,
Oh, don't have,
You
bro.
got PS1.
PS1.
Keep it.
No, I think it's in my mother's house, the small box. It's not the
Keep
old
it.
one.
Take it. Take your mother.
Take from your mother.
I don't think I can play anymore, but yeah, sure.
That's crazy. Oh my god.
Wow, I didn't know.
I'm so happy that y'all feel my pain.
Two
Like,
legitimate.
I could feel
it's-
that y'all felt my pain.
You don't understand that I cannot possess a PS5 because the controller now is blinking lights, and I have both my girls are mobile now. So my youngest one just figured out how to walk. The whole house is already risk territory. So she see a blinking light, vroom, and that's it. You know.
Oh, but did you
Yeah.
know you could actually turn off the blinking light?
I didn't know. See, I have
can.
not owned the PS for a very long time.
Yes.
Okay, guilty pleasure. There are 2 legit good ones. I did not expect the Grab. That's interesting.
Oh, by the way, I just got to give a shout out to you, the guy behind the camera, bro, with wearing the Nike SBs.
Bro, you know it. That's guilty pleasure. He wears his guilty.
Bro.
This guy's guilty pleasure. Guilty pleasure. You just.
Bro, just take out your shoe, just show in front of the camera.
His drip, his clothes. Have you seen his car, bro?
What car?
Ask him what he drive.
What you drive, bro? What you
Look
drive?
at him. Wait. Look at him. What do you think he drive?
He looked like a very nice guy. He looks like a very young
Ryan.
boy
We're talking
also.
about Ryan. Can you put Ryan's picture here? Thanks.
Okay, I'm just gonna give what I see, right? He looks like he's perhaps 26, 27.
Wow.
26, 27. He look young. He
looks young. He
look like
He's
a
young.
Great. He studies. He studied.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
not the type of party one.
Oh wow.
But maybe family rich.
Family okay.
Family okay.
Family okay.
But he enjoys.
he enjoy.
So that shoe I bought also
Okay. How much?
very hard.
How much?
That one I remember the time when we buy it was about 1,000, less than 1,001. Now it's probably about 1,002, 1,003.
Okay.
Brother.
His shirt.
My shoe is inside the box until now.
Correct, but he don't care.
He don't care. He
He
wear.
don't care. You know, ask him why he don't care.
Say why you don't care.
Because he got more.
I'm done.
But
Why you sound like my friend John Chua?
Okay.
Why you sound like John
We
Chua?
haven't played because Dennis is a car guy.
Oh, yeah.
Look at him, okay? For people who are listening to Spotify, I'm so sorry. You can maybe listen to the video version. Look at Ryan and try to guess what car he drives. John, you can play a guessing game also.
Yeah.
I think he drives a BM5 series.
Damn.
Wow. If he be driving, take pass down from father one.
No. So here's the thing, he bought his own car.
Okay.
So he worked for it.
Good.
He didn't inherit this.
2018 BM530i.
Okay.
I would say you
my
look
guess.
more like a Type R kind of guy.
I see.
Or maybe a GT80. That cannot be.
Okay, sure. That's what his peers might be driving, right?
Oh, but it's like cheap.
What's your car?
Oh!
Brother like big wheels, bro.
Hello.
Brother like big.
Hey,
big
Ming,
Hey.
I think you need to hire me. I want to do his job.
Stop.
So,
But we
I
have
see.
done the justification.
But because he really is dedicated to the things that he does.
Right,
He
right.
think this is just, you know, girl got girl math, right? This guy math,
Okay,
right?
like-
got used for the car. He can put things in his boot.
Correct.
Very big boot.
Sounds like every other car.
Sounds like every other car, but this boot is even bigger than the boots of the boots of
Hey,
the
don't
car.
worry. I once had a Ford Ranger.
This guy's car can put a Kancil in the boot.
Nice.
Basically.
Hey, but
So I got a question, ignorant Singapore question. Why is
Yeah.
it called a Kancil? And what is the
Kancil
meaning of
is
Perodua.
okay. So
Pura
a
Maivi,
Kancil is the
Merdua
name of a
Maivi.
very small deer. Kancil is the name of a very small deer, and Kancil is the smallest car of the Perodua lineup at that time.
right.
600cc only, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
it was like the starter car for almost everyone.
You heard of
that era.
Maivi?
Yeah.
Even
That's the
smaller.
godfather,
that's,
bro.
So that's the godfather of the Maivi.
Bro, the car is so small. There's like one kind of like, you know, there's a drain and then there's like cement where you can walk into the padang kind of thing. My friend literally drove on top of that thing into our house padang, our neighborhood park.
But-
and then it was raining. So he drifted at the grass.
So
then
what
he
he's trying
drove
to
back.
say is,
I'm like, it's so small.
The car is small enough to drive into pedestrian walks. Not just the pedestrian walk, the pedestrian drain coverings. That's the...
Bro,
That's a very good invention.
If Perodua Kancil was in Orchard, right, in the streets where y'all walk, they
put
can
six.
drift.
Can put six.
They can drift,
Yeah.
literally. That's how small it is.
So that's a Kancil. Okay, then since we talk about cars,
Okay.
what's your guilty pleasure?
At this moment, I'm very sure, I'm not sure lah.
I think very
if y'all follow me,
We're very sure.
I enjoy cars and
Oh
not
my
any cars, not the new cars. I like the classic cars. Only because new cars depreciate really badly. I suffer from that. So I cannot depreciate my car valuation already. So I like to buy cars that I see potential.
I love
that
it.
If I maintain long enough, this car will eventually make me some money.
So it's an investment.
That's
Would
the
you
that's the dangerous one.
Would you say that your cars, because Ming said that you had 4 cars, and this is one of you.
See.
But this 4 cars doesn't include your wife's car?
Yes.
Also, you and your,
Your
wife,
wife,
have 4.
family.
Father,
So, but
mother,
it's
brother,
still, it's
sister.
2 adults with 2 pairs of limbs
Yes.
driving 4 cars.
Yes.
Why do you need 4 cars?
Because each of his leg needs 6 wheels.
So how do you decide which car to drive that day?
Depending on the weather.
Oh, so it's weather
Nice weather, I
dependent.
take out the convertible.
I see.
Not so nice weather.
Okay, but I get it though, because you live in Subang, so you'll be on the road a lot.
Yeah. Correct. Actually, it's true. Actually, it's true.
Can you explain to me? Okay.
No, actually, it's true. See, this is no, really, guys. Guys, listen.
Singaporeans say
No, listen. So this theory came during COVID. So what I thought was, at this moment, there is literally nothing that I sort of look forward to anymore. Nothing I really can enjoy.
Hobby,
like something that I want to just play with.
But I don't understand driving a convertible and getting stuck in traffic. Like convertible, if let's say you're driving along the beach, or if you're driving along the...
timing. You have to find the timing to drive.
pro
That's why you don't
already.
drive anytime.
Before he
That's
go
why
out
you
the
have
house.
few cars, because you can't drive your convertible every day.
So-
Correct or not? Then
so in
sometimes
Singapore, we
raining,
got-
I drive my manual nicer ma. Then sometimes I want to drive my old car.
So in
Correct.
Singapore, we got weekend cars where you're only allowed to drive on the weekends and off-peak. But yours is really like off-peak car. Like.
Mine is any jam also. I drive a manual car. I know it's 5 o'clock. I just feel like driving my manual car. I take my manual
So why
car.
don't you drive a car that you can drive at all times?
I also have.
My wife
Also
and I,
have.
we got a Proton X70. It
I
is
also
such a
have.
good- yeah. So essentially, you don't need any other car.
Yeah, but the thing is, those cars are a vehicle to get you point A to point B, but don't have the soul of a car. I enjoy driving the car, the pleasure of sitting behind the car, step the clutch, tuk, tuk, step the clutch.
Honestly,
it's hard to
honest-
explain to a person
yeah,
who
yeah.
don't know how to drive a manual car.
Okay, speaking of since we're talking about finances, I do
Okay,
have a
okay,
curious
okay.
question.
Okay,
So if you
okay.
own 4 cars, do you have to buy insurance 4 times?
Not 4 times for each car.
So you still have to buy insurance for
But
each
it's an
car.
old car, so the insurance is very low.
But you still have to pay for it.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
about
yes, yes.
600 ringgit.
Okay, but it's still not free.
No.
So theoretically, you still have to pay. Okay, of course. So you have to pay. Then road tax. Do you have to pay for 4 cars?
Yes, of course.
So your road tax
4 times.
finances is times 4
Yes.
Yeah.
for a car that you cannot also drive all the time.
Yes.
I can drive all the time.
So why don't you sell all 4 cars and buy that one car that you can drive all the time?
it's
Like,
like-
our friend
it's
here,
like- it's
who's
like-
driving the car. He drives everywhere.
Agreed.
Agree. Yeah.
But
Agreed.
but
But why drive one car when you can experience 4 different cars in a week?
This guy. I think it goes along the
No,
same.
very simple.
Yeah.
Like for guys who collect watches.
Correct.
Why do you need so many watches?
Guys who
for?
collect shoes.
but the
And the watches are
value-
more expensive than cars.
Guys who collect shoes. Guys who collect guitars. Why you need more than one guitar? Got different
Oh, I
sound.
am now down to just enough guitars for myself.
To just enough.
I like the word. I like just enough. Just enough.
I have one guitar for one purpose now. I used to collect guitars. I sold a lot of it.
How many ones? How many was
what's
the most you had?
max
Like,
number of guitars
you own?
Oh shit.
13. But
Okay.
But can I just say that I
okay.
have never ever sold a guitar for a loss. Never.
That's what I like to hear.
I have never sold a guitar
I mean,
for a
that's
loss.
what
don't
I
try,
do.
bro. Come on.
Shout out to
Okay, shout out.
those who
Good planning.
paid a higher price.
Oh my god! Thanks for holding the bags, bro. Okay.
You got sign and sell.
So no judgment. This is guilty free.
Yes.
Guilty pleasure. No judgment. Cars, and that's just your thing.
I mean, also because that's the things that I think I can afford at this moment.
Okay,
and
yeah.
because say for example watches, people say then why you don't even watches? I say it's the same. Like I haven't drive enough cars yet, and watches I only can wear and like, oh yeah, it's ticking. Yeah, my Apple Watch still can do the same thing lah.
But
So I was like,
oh
at least drive
My
car.
bicycle also can get me from point A to point B.
But I get to hear the engine.
But you see, I think this is just the fact that you like. You like.
I mean, everyone is
But
different.
But
right?
at the end of the day,
yeah.
of course, my goal is to sell all that car and to just get that one car.
dream car.
However, at this moment, if I sell all 3 cars, I still cannot afford to buy that one car. So, never mind.
So you need to
see, I
slowly
see.
wait for the price to go up to sell together.
or at the same time, I increase my wealth. Then
So how has having a kid prevented you from getting your car goals?
Oh, okay.
you want me to say or don't say?
Okay. So right here and right now, we have our personal guilty pleasures.
Oh, yes.
But today, we also have a mini person that requires our funds. Right?
Yes.
Okay, let's put it there. How has that, what do you think like is the biggest effect on your guilty pleasure? If you have to look into the eyes of that small person and say that, you know what, I'm choosing you to get C grade milk today because I'm going to buy, I'm gonna
works that
choose
way.
to get some Grab Premium today.
I don't think it works that way, lah.
No, okay. That's the extreme version of it.
I
That's the
think
extreme version of it.
for me, it's definitely first get that A-grade milk powder.
Then work
settled,
backwards.
Then only think about what I
Nice.
gotta get. And the reason why I purchased the cars that I purchased, I know that these cars will not drop in value and will only increase, and I can sell it
Yeah.
anytime. So when I need the cash in the future, I just let
I
it go
keep
and I
on
take back
telling
the cash
Dennis, right?
immediately. It's kind of like watches, but at the same time, I get to experience that particular
yeah,
car.
yeah,
that car
yeah.
is 30 years old. I'm driving a 30 years old car.
connoisseur. Sorry.
Connoisseur.
I just want to say, I tell Dennis this, he don't understand. People usually buy car, immediately buy car, right? 30% down. But you're the one person I know, right? Buy car, right? The price can go up one.
No, it's not. I'm the only person. There are so many more that they perhaps bought a car that was 5 years ago at 80,000, right now 200,000, because of the rarity.
Hey
Because
man,
of
you gotta link me up on this.
no, but the thing is,
I'm sold.
No, but
so, yeah.
but the thing is, it's the same thing. It's really passion. You
Yes,
must
yes.
truly wait for the timing of that car, because let's say for example a R33, you can put a car up here. Just check out R33 GTST. 4 years ago it was 80K, 70K you could buy one easy. 60K you can buy right now. 160 to 180K. 4-5 years later you can buy now.
But
160K.
4 years ago was also pandemic.
Correct.
I also want to say,
So it was mad. After pandemic, price just.
yeah, we also forgot about our kids already. So winding it back, what about our kids? Yeah. How has our spending habits changed? Yeah.
I'm ready to sell my cars whenever the kid needs the money.
Wow, look at that.
I'm willing to sell my kidney when my kid needs the money.
But he don't need
Okay.
That's why it's called kidney.
Oh my god.
that joke.
It kills me. Okay, guys. Okay, so today we have a very interesting set of circumstances where we have this bank that we made for ourselves.
Oh, wow.
But now we have this little thing that needs to feed off the bank, right? Do you think that your perspective to money has changed the day you picked up your offspring?
Oh yeah.
And what do you think is the biggest impact on your personal spendings?
I used to spend only on myself, and then I used to only spend on my wife, and now I have to spend on my wife and my kid.
Has your personal spending on yourself decreased?
Oh yeah, I feel like I've learned to let go of some bad spending habits.
Damn.
that brought me a lot of satisfaction and a lot of happiness.
What the heck?
You know, like
Such as?
shoes. I've
Yeah, you do.
he used
Yeah.
to collect
Can we?
I used
I'll
to
maybe put a
really-
bureau in here of like his shoe collection. But
I used to collect a lot of shoes. I've stopped. I used to travel, and everywhere I go, I would buy at least one pair of shoes.
Damn.
And it was
Legit.
to me, it was like the souvenir, you know?
Yeah.
Because I put it on my feet. I was like, yo, I got this.
This
in
where I
this
was at.
country. You know, it reminds me of that memory.
Yeah.
You know, I used to spend a lot on myself on other things. I used to have a car in Singapore. I sold my car in Singapore.
Damn.
That was very painful, actually.
Really, yeah? What was
I
it?
was
What
very
was it?
sad. I used to drive an Audi A4, A5, and I had a Q3. Yeah. And then, I mean, one after another.
You're Ryan at
Hey,
the back.
but
then-
just for
No, not all at the same time. As in
Oh,
like one
shit,
after
okay,
another.
okay.
just
after
just
another one.
for the fun of it, like, just roughly how much was the car in Singapore? Like all three cars, they're about the same price. Like, just what's the average?
Yeah, actually, okay.
In ringgit, ah.
Curiosity,
No, in Sing dollar.
Sing dollar.
In Sing dollar.
You all
Curiosity.
can convert it yourself.
Yeah,
After
curiosity.
COE is about 200 plus lah, Sing dollars. Yeah. Why is everyone reacting so strongly, guys? Relax. Okay, relax.
Okay.
It's just the
But
reality.
you know, that's the sacrifice.
Yeah.
That's
so
the giving up. That's the giving up.
I think, yeah. So now when I go back to Singapore, honestly, I've even started taking the bus and the train again.
Oh damn.
Yeah, I will walk to the train station. And honestly, it's very therapeutic because I grew up taking the bus and the train. And when I bought my car, I think in like 2015, 2016. And then obviously, I just started driving everywhere.
yeah.
Like even 5 minutes or so, go to the supermarket. Yeah, never mind. I didn't just drive, you know?
damn.
Yeah, I think it really kind of got me reconnected with myself again, you know, and there's now a purpose of why I do it.
Yeah.
And it's really weird sometimes. Like I've gotten cases where I take the bus and then the lady sitting next to me look at me and is like, hey, John. I'm like, yes.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Take photo can?
Oh
Okay.
shit. Oh
And
shit.
then after take photo, still sitting next to me. Yeah, I mean, it's happened before. I mean, for me, honestly, I used to think that, I don't want to put myself in that circumstance, but I think I'm a lot older now, you know, and I
care less about
frankly,
certain
I don't
things.
care. I really don't care.
Well, this story sounds a bit like that friend we have called Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves, he also appeared in Subway, sitting in a suit.
Just
But you
that,
see,
you
the
know,
difference, right?
just that he has a
The
warehouse
difference-
full of motorbikes, bro.
Okay, can still buy a car.
Yeah.
For me,
dude, he can buy the bus
no,
station.
but I really learned the concept, right, of
Yeah.
saving for a rainy day. Yeah, because with your kid, you never know when you will
rainy
have
days.
an
Eh.
unexpected expense.
Correct. I don't
Yeah,
want to say.
if suddenly your kid, go hospital, no choice. See? You know, if suddenly
Insurance.
you realize that, oh no, my kid cannot fit in his bed anymore. I need to buy a new bed.
That's true,
You know,
that's
there's no hesitation. There's no let me think about it. It's like your kid needs it tomorrow, your kid needs it
Okay,
tomorrow.
I have a question. Now, this one will bring us back to even before we plan on making the kid, right?
Okay, before making
Yes.
it. I love it.
Now, let's say the moment, when did both of you thought about, okay, you know what, now that I'm married, we might have a family and a kid, do I start saving for that? When was the time when you all thought about, okay, I should start saving for a rainy day? Not about, because you see, I started saving before I had a kid because I knew that was the plan. I did not start saving for the kid when the kid came out. Yeah, correct.
Right.
So when the kid came out, I was like, how much is the delivery? Okay, like that. I have to take out how much I have to spend. So I did all my calculations even before. That's why when you had your first child, bro, I was interviewing you.
I tell you, I remember this.
I was interviewing him like,
much is
man,
that?
how much is that?
How much
Because
is
I
this?
was sort of like
Yeah.
making an estimation that, okay, if I'm going to marry in 3 years time, 4 years time, am I able to gather this amount of money to
execute.
to execute when necessary? 10,000 done.
Yeah.
20,000. I knew it's coming.
think-
Boom. I want to be able to reach to that point where I have that security to know that my daughter, whatever it is, I got it covered.
Yeah.
But that's the problem. After COVID, then it got harder. That's when everything flipped for me, lah. But other than that, before Jade was even being thought of being made,
You got plans.
I was just planning like, okay, I might need to start saving a little bit by a little bit for that.
No, I never thought of my money like that. I've always had a very interesting relationship with it.
Damn.
You know, so I think there is a difference between your fixed overheads.
Yeah.
So every month, how much you pay for your house, how much you pay for your car, you know, and then disposable income, which is how much you spend on, in my opinion, when you go out to eat, when you go out to friends, when you go out
Your expenditure lah. Your
to
expenditure.
party, you know, and then there is also how much you save, your savings. basically. So to me, it was always trying to find that balance
Yeah.
between in my what I call my fixed and my current and my savings accounts.
Yeah.
I always have to have enough money for both.
Yeah.
But I think with the baby and over the last 1 year, I would say it's the first time since my wedding that I really had to dig into my savings. Yeah, that means I'm actually spending a lot more than I'm earning, you know, because moving to KL costs a lot of cash as well.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, the baby getting born and all the work that was needed for my wife to recover as well. You know, everything from the confinement nanny to
a lot of money, bro.
No, there's no like credit term, you know. It's like, oh yeah, okay, done, pop, you throw.
Yes,
you know,
40K, throw.
Yeah, so it's really, and then my two helpers running away and
that was painful.
basically still having to pay the maid levy, you know, and it's all upfront costs. You know, it's not like in Singapore where your maid levy you pay per month. So if I get a helper, you know, I pay a maid levy each month. So if my maid runs away after the first month, I only pay
1 month.
1 month,
Yeah,
1 over
yeah.
24.
Malaysia is you pay all.
Malaysia you pay upfront. And
Yeah.
you don't really get to see where the money goes to. And everyone is, you pay,
just buta,
you pay
just pay this.
50%,
Yeah.
and then the day that your helper enters your house, you pay the other 50%. And that averages anywhere from 16 to 20,000 ringgit. Yeah, and I've already done it twice, and now I'm doing that a third time. You know, I think it's absolutely ridiculous, but it's this kind of things that you cannot plan
Unexpected
for.
stuff. Yeah.
How do you plan for, honestly,
Yeah,
close to 50, 60,000 ringgit and it's
Yeah.
not even my fault.
Yeah. It's unexpected.
Yeah.
I think it was less of how I say it was less of having that sum, but more of developing the habit the whole time already. So like I think in general, I don't spend a lot of money until like I guess
Your guilty
the
pleasures,
lah.
correct,
Which
correct,
was
correct.
only recently because I feel like if I've made a certain amount, I allow myself recently.
Correct.
I don't spend money until this era only. Really one.
Okay.
I mean,
okay,
okay.
I got a few stories to share. First is,
okay.
John also probably doesn't know this, but he is one of the guy, he is definitely the guy that when I was in Singapore and staying in his house, when he told me how much he was making and how he actually planned for his expenditure. Because I was like, how are you paying for this house rental? It's a double story in Singapore.
This
but
was
it's
before I met my wife.
Yeah.
Okay,
So he was
okay, okay.
single
Understand.
and full of shoes, just full of shoes
Just
on his
shoes.
shelf in Singapore.
Walls were made
and
of
I'm
shoes.
like, where's
A
your
very
room?
eligible
And
bachelor
it's such a
back then.
flex. Where's your room? My room's upstairs.
I sleep on the shoes, bro.
Singapore room upstairs, bro.
upstairs.
Where? Go upstairs. The room upstairs as big as his downstairs. I'm like, yo, you flexing, bro. In Singapore,
Okay,
this
okay.
is not right.
Okay.
Then he told me how much he spent. Then I was shocked. Then after that, he explained to me why I think I can spend this much is because I'm earning this much. I have this coming in, this coming. So every month I this much. Bro, that amount that he was spending in Singapore that time paying for everything, right? Bro, it's more than I pay for my family, bro. In a month. Singapore ringgit, in ringgit Malaysia. And that was when he was single.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it justified for his lifestyle in Singapore as well.
Okay.
And then eventually he had kids and all. And I'm sure that that number has multiplied, but at the same time, his career has advanced. He has gotten way bigger right now with all the businesses that he has. So money is small to him.
No. That's not true.
Suddenly that's how I ended the whole sentence.
I think it's honestly the habit, right, of like this big life transition from just paying for yourself to paying for other people. Like I feel like I come from a very different place because we all earn money. The whole social media boom was quite kind to a lot of us, right? Where, posting whatever, do videos, whatever. But in general, because I also cannot drink, number one, I already know how much money I save on that. I know how much people spend drinking, right? It's insane. I can't smoke because I'm asthmatic. I already know how much people save, like how much like my friends buy.
Spend on that.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And I'm not exclusive. I cannot smoke cigarettes. Vape, shisha, anything you inhale, I cannot,
Great saving money.
Weed. I'm just going to put it there. I don't know what
I don't know
you're
what's
talking
that.
about.
I
Okay.
don't know
But
I don't know
in
what that
general,
is.
in general,
Never heard of it.
all that, right? And I feel that it was toward, I think COVID was the biggest wake-up call to see, oh shucks, is my financial habits robust enough to weather through 6 months of no pay,
Right.
1
Yes,
year
yes.
of no pay.
That was a real
That
test.
was the insane stress test. We all may be taking for granted some parts, or are we spending irresponsibly some parts? I feel that I think COVID in a sense was horrible for everyone, but it really tested what did I build this structure on? do I have enough? Like if 12 months something happened, all this kind of thing. Because people, the insurance agent always say to you, hey bro, next time we go hospital, then 12 months you cannot earn money your family how? I'm like, wait, choy lah, what you say? I go hospital for 12 months, that kind of thing. But I think the spending changed where when I bought, I mean, I tell people this story. The first time I bought the bottle of milk, right? I felt like, wow, spending money actually got purpose one now. Like it's a different weight to buying the diapers, buying the milk, buying clothes compared to myself. I feel so much more fulfillment like buying that. But also at the same time, I realized that, and this is clear for everyone, the fear of having kids and the financial responsibility, right? It doesn't mean you save more, you know. I feel like the big change was you got to earn more.
No.
You got to figure out how to multiply the input.
Yeah, but yet at the same time, in 2024, you are also expected to spend more time and not be the absent father.
That's
I think that's the challenge that I find myself having.
Yeah.
You know, like I know that I need to earn more. I know that I need to work more.
Earn more, you need to get out there. You need to go out
But
there
it
and do
also
it.
means that I cannot be as present as I would like to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
There was this. It was I think it was a talk by some American dude. He said that the present father at home is an ineffective father because you have to be absent to provide, right? And I think that's the biggest struggle. Suddenly, this just took a turn for that.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean, right? Like in the biggest flip was after even the marriage, because marriage, like, okay, my wife can figure the things out on her own, we can figure this out, whatever. But then when you have some little human being who can't figure out nuts, right? You got to start planning for like, okay, what if it's not my emergency? What if they got emergency? Like, where do I get that from? And I think that's the real shift that I think, don't know, maybe instills fear in a lot of like.
And in our
new
line of
dads.
work, there's no such thing as like long maternity leave or paternity leave.
Yeah, there's no. We got paternity leave, man. I mean, unless we take leave, that's it, you know. But yeah, I think that was the bigger shift. Like the money spending, I think people tend to not think about. It's less about preserving, but how do you expand your earning capabilities?
Correct.
Right. But that's it. How it went for me lah. I felt more purpose in earning money compared to like spending.
I
guess.
felt like when the baby came, the purpose for figuring out more opportunity
Time spent,
came. Yes.
Yeah.
So when the baby came, all I could think of was how can I extend? How can I scale? Remember when we were doing some project together, and all I was thinking is how
More,
to scale.
more, yeah.
If I'm doing anything that is not scalable, cut. You must figure out of a way to scale, because I traveled just in Asia alone, going to different countries and understanding how these businessmen and these businesses scale overseas. The way we scale in Malaysia, also we cannot fight with them because we have so many different markets.
Yeah.
But over there, they only have one market, and the scalability of anything is just mad.
Yeah.
And we want to do that in Malaysia, it's impossible.
Yeah, I
Because the
cannot.
market is just cannot. It's just,
I'm
it's just
minority
tough.
of minority.
Correct.
Yeah.
So at that moment, I was like also just going crazy. But to take it back to what you were mentioning about drinking and stuff, right? Funny enough, I'm the kind of guy, if you knew me since back then, I am kiam siap as heck.
Damn.
All right?
Damn.
I was so kiam siap, that's why I went to Singapore, stay in his house, bro. I
Hey.
didn't want to pay for a place to stay because it's too expensive to stay in
I know
Singapore.
you went to
back then.
LA also, you bang over at people's house.
Correct, on their couch.
Yeah.
I don't think that's kiam siap though.
Oh,
I
bro,
just think that
smart.
is the sacrifice that you need to make.
Yeah.
So at that point, I just kept telling myself, I need to make money, because if I don't have money, I will not be able to afford a marriage.
Yeah.
I can't get married. So I just kept working towards that. And when COVID hit, that's when the flick switched in me.
Yeah.
What if I die tomorrow?
Oh shit.
All this money that I saved up over 15 to 20 years of my career, from clowning to social media to YouTube to dancing, everything, I have never once enjoyed
Damn.
myself. I've never given myself an opportunity to like, what's your guilty pleasure? I had none. I asked myself, what would you spend money on? Nothing.
Right.
If I could, I would just eat 2 white rice and just live the day like that. But I knew I needed to build my body, so I needed to eat chicken rice. Then I will find where to buy the cheapest chicken breast and eat that because I'm saving money. But at that moment, I knew I could afford better, but I didn't allow myself to eat better because I just tell myself, you're not there yet.
Do you guys have that in your head whenever you spend money?
Oh, yes.
What's the biggest and best deal I can get for this? Or
all the time until today. Even until today, I have this thing where I told myself in 2011, 2012, because I constantly was going out partying but back then I can't drink, right? So you see a lot of people popping champagnes, popping bottles, and all I can do is just sit there and see them do that. I don't even drink that much back then. And I told myself this, I said, hopefully someday when you're successful, you can come to Zouk and open a bottle of champagne.
Yeah.
Until today, I haven't opened a single bottle of champagne because I just feel I'm not successful enough.
damn,
Yeah.
it's a mindset, bro.
So I only go there open bottle of gin.
Okay,
Same
well,
price, but I just don't open a bottle of champagne because I don't think I'm there yet. Yes.
Oh, so it's symbolic.
It's a symbol because to me, at that moment, I see people open 10 bottles, 20 bottles. They want to show off to another table, open another bucket or another tub. And I'm like, bro, I can't even open one bottle.
Out of curiosity,
Yeah.
how much does it cost to open a bottle?
A bottle is like,
Depends on which
yeah,
club you
it's
go
anywhere
to.
between like now $500 to $700. Sometimes $400, $500, $600.
For one?
Back then it was cheaper. So a bottle was like 3,000. One tub is like 10 bottles of champagne and
3K.
30K. 30K for 100 bottles. 30K. I've seen
30K
people
for
open
10 bottles.
100 bottles.
100
Oh,
bottles.
but there's 30K for 10 bottles also.
Oh, different.
Dom.
Oh, okay.
If you open Dom.
See, new things to me.
Crystal per bottle can go up to 15.
Crystal
10.
is a girl or the
drink.
Oh, the drink. Okay.
I went to US, I saw in Vegas,
Okay.
the table in front of the dance floor. I just took up, I was just there with Leco shop with the dancing. I just randomly let me see how much the menu. I took the menu up, I went all the way down there. I saw this bottle of Crystal,
Crystal.
20,000 USD in a club.
How much is it outside the club?
I don't know. I don't want to know. 20,000 USD bottle. One bottle is 20,000 USD. I put the menu
That's
back.
a-
I just went and sit down back at the chair.
That's a Toyota Vios right there, dude.
Bro, that is a lot of things right there,
That's
bro.
mad.
That's mad. That's mad. So at that moment, I knew how small money is to a lot of people. Yet for us, we're still struggling to find money.
What was the biggest pivot you guys did when your kid came into the world? When it came to, it can be earning, it can be saving. Like, what was the biggest pivot?
I share mine first.
Please.
I feel like the pivot is myself.
Damn.
The pivot where, to be honest, everyone's opinion does not matter anymore.
You do you.
The only person that ever matters to me in my life is my wife and my kid.
Damn.
Like,
Damn.
if someone is gonna talk, hey, you.
Why you do
matter
this?
to
Why you
me?
do this? No.
Do you matter
Right,
to me or not?
Yeah. I get it.
If you don't matter to me, then keep your thought to yourself because
Oh shit.
I need to take care of this 2%
Correct,
and you're
correct,
not going to take care of this 2% for me. So your
Doesn't
thought
matter. Correct.
don't matter to me.
Correct.
So that's how I sort of
perspective of it,
change my
yeah.
perspective to cloud out people's judgment, to cloud out whatever people are saying and just
Yeah.
do you.
Yeah.
That's pretty much me lah.
Damn.
My biggest pivot, probably the way that I look at myself as well. You know, I think I would say it's usually the idea. I mean, our line of work is always to make it seem like it's easy.
Oh yes.
You know, you have
Yeah.
it's difficult to make it look easy.
The way
It is.
You know,
the
and
way
nobody. I mean, depending on who you are and what you do, it's hard for people to see the honest side of things. You know, people like to see the great side of things.
People don't like to see the struggle.
They don't like to see the struggle, but they only like to see the struggle when you've gotten out of the struggle.
oh yes, when you're
Right.
struggling, people is just
so
hey,
then naturally
yeah.
when you struggle in whatever way you do, people
Yeah.
tend to stay away, you know,
Yep.
and then you realize that you cannot emit that form of negativity because then you look like you're self-loathing.
Yeah.
So I think that period, you know, I mean, I don't think you really get out of it. You know, it's still there in different different forms and different weightages. But I think that to me has been one of the most difficult. I mean, they always say that, oh wow, John, you know, you stay in Singapore and Malaysia, it must be great. You know, your Singaporean friends say, oh, it must be so great to live in Malaysia. Your Malaysian friends tell you, wow, it's so good to work in Singapore. But they don't see the 5 a.m. mornings every day
exhaustion.
we're waking up. You know, they don't see the fact that my wife and I have we come back just for 24 hours. And this one I remember you told me, you would come back, you know, you have the choice to stay longer and make your routing easier, but you choose to come back to just see your baby for 24 hours. You know, you miss out on dinners with friends because the limited time that we have with him, we want to put him to bed. You know, so we will miss that 7 p.m. dinner and show up at 8:30.
Yeah.
You know, but of course we would preempt people.
Yeah.
You know, and I think people
Oh, sorry.
over time don't necessarily understand that it's not just about finances. It's about the time, you know,
Sacrifice.
and it's a sacrifice. And some things have to go. Some things that I hold very dearly. For me, I hold my personal time very dearly to myself. Like I used to spend a lot of time at night. Even after being married, my wife and I, Amanda and I, we would have our own times in the same house, but in our me time. I think the thing that I find the most difficult was sacrificing my me time.
Yeah.
And my me time was playing my PS5 on the games that I would buy on the day that is released or when I pre-order it, but now I can't.
Yeah.
You know, so even though I stupidly still buy the games, you know, there's still that level of satisfaction that I get.
But it's different. Yeah.
It's different.
Yeah, it's
You
different.
know, I think, you know, just even sometimes just waking up in the morning is so hard. Yeah, to be honest.
I know, I get it. I'm not a morning person. 100% get it.
You're not?
I 100% not a morning person.
But you always wake up
But
morning,
the
bro.
kid make me up. So there's a very big difference.
Right.
But no, I think you kind of like, there was that one thing you said, I think that is the biggest, I feel now being quote unquote a family guy, the biggest thing that you have to carry is you cannot make excuses for something. Like you can, and you can't make excuses or can't give reason, you just give your reason. Like for example, I can't go out anymore. People say like, then you don't invite lah. Why you invite you? Why don't go out? You can't say, cause my family. You just take it upon yourself. Yeah. You know, you can't do certain things because your kid needs this, but you can't tell people, oh sorry lah, my kid's like that. Oh, you can't blame your kid. You just take it on yourself and say like, it's okay, I'll join another time. But I feel like that's the weight you have to bear. You have to bear.
And honestly, psychologically, I see this happen a lot in a lot of relationship, and that even last time, a lot of men, older men, 20 years older than me, they would even share with me and tell me jokingly, but I can sense some pain in their joke.
Yeah.
That eventually the only way to solve all issues in a relationship is for you to shut up. He said to me. So basically, just stay silent and the relationship will be well. So that's what a lot of men eventually, they will eventually become that quiet person.
The silent dad.
That silent dad. Because I don't want any conflict. I don't want any issue. I just keep quiet.
You just play the role of provider.
Correct.
And you chill with that.
And this is what happened to a lot of men back then in the previous generation, because there was no mental health. There was no help men. There was no man for men. It was never addressed. So I can't imagine how it was like for men back then even. At least right now we can say that men got mental issues and stuff. But back then, you just deal with your own stuff. No one's
You're
gonna
either
help you.
seen as the provider or the failure.
Yeah.
I
Actually,
mean, there's no middle,
There's no in
there's no
between.
in between.
Even if you're providing, but you're not providing at the top, failure.
Yeah.
Tough question. Do you think that has made us as guys weaker or stronger to be able to talk? Because here's a very unpopular opinion, right? Which I have seen growing up. Okay, it's not that it's right or wrong. I'm just going to share this opinion. My grandpa and my dad, right? So my grandpa was the type that last time no internet, nothing, no phone, right? He need to go to Indonesia, chop trees and provide, right? He did it without complaint. But he became a superbly robust guy. What's depression? No, take Panadol. Shrug it off. What's commitment? I'm loyal, I committed no matter what, I just do it for
And
family.
send money back.
My dad also inherited that I call it tenacity or resilience, right? But nowadays, I think we as a generation have grown up, we realize we got options.
Right. Yeah.
We don't have to commit to that. But I've seen some sort of value in that resilience of that silent. It's not the healthiest at all. But my dad's gen and before that, they built different, dude. The commitment to that, right?
Correct.
Like, but at what cost, right?
But I think it's also depending on how you view it. You know, like I think one thing that I feel like the three of us have is that we accept everything. We talk about it, yes. You know, like you're able to express it and get it off your chest.
Yeah.
Might or might not change the situation. It might
But
get
you
it off your
talk about
chest,
it,
it might not
correct,
get
correct,
off your
correct.
shoulders.
Yeah.
You know, but I think getting it off your chest, sometimes you realize that actually it's easier to ask for help than to wait for someone to give you help.
Yeah.
You know, it's easier to say, hey, you know, I'm going through this. I'm not asking you to provide the answer for me, but point me in the right direction.
Can share with
you know?
Yeah.
And even if you cannot help me directly, you might be able to help me indirectly.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest difference of our gen. My dad's gen, they took it upon themselves, and you only found out when it's too late. You know,
They
when
probably won't even share.
Yeah, correct. They just take it to the grave.
Yes.
Right. Because but that's the men that I grew up with. Like my grandpa, my dad is just Iron Man. I call them Iron Man. No emotion, commitment 100%. Earn, provide, you study. I don't, but also the reverse side lah. I earn this money, you better spend it properly. You better go this university, don't make, But also the same side, the expectations But I think that if anything that I want to inherit from that, right, is I really admire the resilience, Like I don't know how they went through it, right, without sharing, which is insane to me. Like it's either like you guys or like I'll just talk to my wife. My dad, until today, my mother also is like, you don't talk to me anymore. Now he tell me what he want to do. But I don't know how they went through that time where, you know what, this is my burden to bear. This is my task as a guy.
I think a lot of them grew up in that Second World War phase.
Damn.
After that Second World War phase.
my grandpa or my dad, my mom said, dig for potatoes in the World War.
My dad was born 1 year after Merdeka.
Damn.
So you imagine,
fresh.
Once you just born into a brand new Malaysia. Everything is building. Then they all went through certain big events in Malaysia. You know,
They saw everything.
They saw everything. So I feel like the tenacity was built through that because they've seen the worst.
But the sky is the limit. So at that point of time,
right? I mean, anything is possible.
Anything is
at that
possible.
point, you were smart.
Every
you knew
country had you had the Malaysian dream, you had the Singapore dream, you had the American dream.
Right.
I mean, I think their generation grew up very different. Our generation, we grew up with the internet.
We know a lot.
We saw.
know a lot.
We knew what it was like not to have information at our fingertips.
Correct.
We were brought up in a way where it was not necessarily like you cannot question your parents. If your parents say, yeah, if you point at the moon, your ears will get chopped off. Zero scientific evidence. Zero evidence you can find. But you just believe. But now the kids are different. If your kid can come up and spit 5 facts at you and it sounds more or less correct, you don't really question your kid. So you will actually just double check. And you're like, okay, fine. You know how to use search engine. You know how to use AI. It's so different. I mean, I look at these kids playing Fortnite, right? Some of these kids, 10, 11 years old, and I look at the way they're doing it with their iPad. For me, right, my idea of gaming, right, is either like this or like this.
Like that.
Right? I mean, mouse and keyboard.
Now these kids
console.
are like this.
They are just like,
It's like, what is happening here?
My daughter, now every time when she points at something, it's a concern to me, but I feel like this generation of kids will grow up like that, whether you like it or not. Her finger is like that. It's this.
Scroll.
Things like that.
Scroll.
It's the scroll finger. Then I'm like, we gotta stop that. Then I took my phone.
So do you guys think like that whole point of where we are now compared to where our parents are at, this whole financial stuff, like have we been built differently because like my dad never had this thing like, I'm worth this. This is my value. This is what I should be getting compared to where we are now, where it's a very common thing. Like everyone, right? There's the whole mindset of now, people are not paying well. There's a whole jump company, this, that. But my dad was like, hey, I hunker down. I work for 15 years. I just
25
make
years.
It work.
They just work 20, 30
Sure.
years.
Circumstances are different. But I'm not talking about circumstances. I'm talking about the resilience.
Right.
Do you think that now, since we know more, that we always feel that we don't have to be as rigid or as loyal to a certain
job,
work,
or responsibilities.
And what has that done to us?
That's also a problem with the entire economy. Because everyone overvalues themselves, right? Inflation is moving faster. So when you have overvaluation of personnel and you have the economy moving slowly, and on top of that you have inflation, that's to me the biggest problem right now. I mean, I don't think it's just to Singapore or Malaysia. I think it's happening everywhere. Everyone feels that they need to earn a lot more, but may not necessarily have the service and the skill set to do it.
Correct.
And as a result, you have to be able to, I think something that I've learned, recently is that you have to learn to humble yourself. You have to be able to say that I'm not too expensive or too good to do this job. But I need to do it better than the 100 other players out there.
That's what I think I learned from my dad as well. I think he's always sold himself short. But he give like 400%.
And it's not just the end product. I think one thing, especially in any form of work, it's the process and the service is also very, very important. That's the difference to why you have agencies and why clients work with agencies who then hire production houses, then clients will hire directly production houses because they want that service. I need my job to be easier as well. You know, I'm willing to pay for this so that I can see everything, I can picture everything and have somebody managing that.
Sure.
You know, I think now everyone's trying to cut out the middleman. But I think realizing that actually the middleman plays a very, very important role so that you can do your job properly as well.
So amidst all this change, what is your guys' guiding light? Like, what's your direction in terms of like a simple motto in terms of your personal financial stance? Like, for example, I'll just say, for me, it's a simple thing lah. Maybe to wrap this up. If I earn 1 ringgit, I spend 10 cents for myself, just basic necessities. I save 50 cents, and the 40 cents left, I see what the family needs. That's my personal motto lah. And that's a very simple motto because we live in like I think our industry is the worst. What's consistency? You know, unless you build it yourself. There is the government in like Malaysia doesn't even care about our industry at a certain point. But to me, my motto has always been like, I think that's why for me it was easier to plan for a kid because I've always had that principle of I start with the least, so I have the most space for change, and then I build it forward. You know, do you guys have something to like that ties how? You know, everything lah, from earning money to spending money to saving money. What's your guiding light?
I have one very, I don't know whether is it even a brilliant way to save money lah.
Everything.
So what I do is my yearly income, all my income would 90% stay in my company.
Oh, smart.
So I don't have to pay personal tax too high. But that also means I don't get my salary that year. So I only spend my last year's income this year.
Wow, that's mad. Okay.
So I've been doing that for the past 4 or 5 years.
Okay.
Whatever I earned last year is going to be whatever I earned this year.
So you already budget your year budget.
My this year earning, whatever I achieve, the profit that I get from there or the dividend I get, that is the money I can spend for next year.
Okay. So by the end of last year, you already budget this year?
I don't budget this year. It's just, this is the amount. Do I cut? How much do I cut? What do I do?
Okay,
so then I plan it backwards.
Understand.
Because I realized a very long time ago when we started in our career, it was not, it was so...
One lump sum, then nothing.
And
One
then
lump
it was
sum,
so
then nothing.
The stability is just not there.
There's no stability.
There's just no stability. And we were new into this and no one taught us anything. And then figuring out how to manage money, how to get paid, everything, I was so confused. And nobody taught me about all this money management. So then I just came up with this idea of, I just keep saving money and money coming out. I legit just 1,000 pay, throw into my bank 1,000. 1,000 pay, throw in my bank. Then I go into my house, see how much cash in my wallet. Like, no more cash already. That means I no more money already. That's literally how I save money. I would earn 10,000, throw 10,000 into the bank.
You forget that you have it there.
Then I forget I have it until it hit her 100,000. Then my mom would take it up, put into FD. Then I would be like, then I got no money again. Then I continue working again.
I see.
So I keep just telling myself I got no money.
So it's the reverse psychology, poverty positive mindset.
Bro, every day in poverty. Every day. Poverty. Then eventually COVID came. Then I asked myself, why do I torture myself like that? How many more years am I going to live on this planet Earth that I need to constantly torture myself? Like that? So that's why I decided, you know what? Let me buy 1 car. Then 1 car became 2. Then 2 became 3. And 3 became 4.
Poverty, I don't have a car.
However, this car are one of the things that truly give me joy during my darkest times.
So there's a balance between the necessity and your emotional necessity.
Yeah, I feel like it's very important as men, if we don't have much like friends or peers to talk to or whatever, it's to find your outlet, to find something that you can, like what you say, your own time.
Your interest lah, your me time.
Your me time. You know, it might be a stupid thing like gardening or planting a plant or whatever.
Guys have the stupidest me times.
If it's your focus where when I do this, everything else go away.
Because this is my reward.
Correct, because it's not that fixing car is easy.
No, heck
It's just that when I'm fixing cars, I'm learning something. I'm gaining a bit more knowledge. It feels like some sort of achievement. Then when the car is built, it's a sense of satisfactory for yourself and not anyone else.
So that's
because
the guiding light.
I got this car running like it should be. That sense of satisfaction is something that you will pat yourself in the back and like, that's nice. And no one else is here to celebrate with me, to pop champagne with me. It's just for myself.
Then you pop champagne on your car. That's it.
Then send it to wash. Then you sit there, then you eat keropok and you're like, that's a very good looking car. Then people are like, why you buy an old car? Then you're like, fucker.
Yeah, I get what you mean. Rest in peace, Akira. Bye for it. But John, what's your guiding like in money at this point?
Hassan.
Oof. I feel like I've always had a lot of different guiding principles.
Damn.
Because I never grew up with money. I think when I actually started making my own money, and I started making little money to a decent amount of money to no money again. I've had so many ups and downs when it comes to finances, and I think now I would say that my guiding principle is that I just have to be able to provide for my family. It's as simple as that.
You fulfill that first.
Yeah. Like everything else doesn't matter. Like I don't need a car. I don't need I don't need things that I thought that I used to need.
Wow.
And if I start comparing myself to my 20s and my spending habits, like, last time I can walk into this place and buy this thing. Now I don't even look at the place. And because I know that maybe currently I am not in that position.
Right.
But it also kind of spurs me to want to work harder. It kind of spurs me to try new things and pick up new skills.
Yep.
I think in the past it was a lot easier, but the industry is changing so much, life is changing so much, the world is changing so much, you just have to be able to keep up. So I think it kind of forces me now to really just want to try new things and,
experience different things.
Yeah, I think that's fundamentally the most important thing. I think I've come to realize that your career and your finances is never going to be linear like this. You always grow up thinking that, as I get older, I should be building it like this. But it will always be ups and downs. It's how you be smart with your money. If you have a full-time job, if you want to do a side gig, how do you create your side gig and still balance your emotions and your time for your full-time gig? Because you're still, in a way, responsible to your employer or the company that you work for, to give your best.
Correct,
so can you give your best in the day?
While you do it.
And also in the night, can you work on your side gig that could possibly make you more side income? And then I think that I see so many people right now, wanting to quit their jobs to be content creators or do side gigs or drop shipping and do viral videos and sell courses and all of that. I mean, power to you for making that leap, but at the same time, especially if you have a family and you think that this is the way to go about doing it, make sure you are really certain and make sure you plan it properly. Make sure you talk to people about it, because you could make a million sales in the first month and the next thing you know, you stop. It doesn't happen. Like momentum doesn't come. And everything starts crashing and burning. And then at that point of time, you hold on to liabilities instead of assets and you find yourself in a tough position. I think it's how you get out of that tough position. And sometimes it's not just one day you wake up and you say like, okay, I want to get out of this, and it happens. It can drag on for months. It can drag on for years. I think waking up every morning and really focusing and seeing what you need to do, I think that's, to me, that's my guiding principle.
I'm doing a lot of this now for my parents and my parents-in-law. And what I've really learned is money consists of 3 different skills. I don't know if you guys agree. One is making money, which everyone focuses on. 100%, right? But the two other complete parts of this circle that you need to have is making money, saving money, and growing your money. If you don't have these 3 together, no matter how much you make, you won't make it. Like I feel personally. And I think for everything we talk about today, like, I don't know about, I can't speak for everyone out there, but there's always going to be the consistent worry of providing, full stop. But I have to say also, the guilty pleasures that come along is like, when you start spending for your kid. Yesterday, I took the kid to a cat petting zoo. I'm allergic to cats. But
sacrifice.
Dude, it was the best.
Nice.
You know what I mean? Like, I think it changes. So for all you guys out there, planning to have kids, planning to have family, there's going to be worries, full stop. Just embrace the worries. Endless worries. But I think at the end of the day, the real reward is when you start spending money on someone who really doesn't take it for granted, or like, it's just pure appreciation, right? I think that's a very different thing entirely.
Until they grow up and start taking it for granted.
When they take it for granted.
So that's a conversation
we'll get there. We don't know what's going to happen.
It lasts.
We don't know what's going to happen at that point. Maybe we'll ask someone to come in and talk to us who has an 18-year-old or 16-year-old, but we'll get there.
Our hair all grey.
Yeah. But you guys want to say anything to the listeners before we head off?
If you're a new father or a father of a young kid, hang in there.
Hang in there.
If you're thinking of having a family, well, this is a glimpse.
Think
And
harder.
if you've gone past this stage, please also give us some advice.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
will try and get.
And for me, I believe that all of us, everyone at this age, I mean, we were kids once and then now we grew out, now we're kidulting, right?
Damn.
We now know for a fact that all parents are learning as they grow.
Yeah.
Now, I watched this video the other day that we grow with our firstborn,
Yeah.
but we what is that? We for the second and the third, it's not grow with them. You already know what to do with your firstborn.
Yeah.
So that really hit me like, wow, yeah, actually parents, we don't know everything. We learn it through our firstborn.
Trial and error.
Trial and error. So back then, you know, when our parents make us feel like they know everything and all that kind of stuff.
Lies.
I mean, it came very quick to us that we realized they don't know everything and it's okay. It's okay
it's
to not
fine,
know
it's
everything.
fine.
Not everyone is born with knowledge of everything. So
Right.
I think one of the things that I would like to teach Jane in the future is that, you know, we are not all made perfect.
Oh, yeah.
That it's okay to don't know something and it's okay to find it out,
Figure it
yourself,
out
or ask the question.
But what's important is you continue trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think life is all
that's
about that.
important.
So I wish
I'm really good at changing diapers right now.
Yeah.
Just have to
You
say.
got to figure it out. You got to figure it out.
we're gonna have a dad competition changing diapers and see who can change it the fastest.
I don't know why we would do this, but you're right. If Pampers out there, let me know. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in to how you do that. If you guys have anything at all, we just write it in, comment, and you know, we'll see. We'll talk about it. Guys, thanks for everything. We'll see you guys next time. Hope you enjoyed it.
Ciao.
Peace.
Peace.